Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another post-game Montreal Canadiens against the Buffalo Sabres. And one more time. Yes, they did it again. For the fourth time straight, the Montreal Canadiens beat the Buffalo Sabres by a score of 4-0. It was a shootout. And also with this was the first one from Samuel Montembeault and make all the save yesterday. 32 shot he got, and he make all of them and gave the Montreal Canadiens their 12th W of the season and their fourth straight W. An amazing, great performance of Montreal Canadiens, your Bleu Blanc Rouge. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to give you everything you need to know what's happening between the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. But before we start, you know the drill. I don't have to tell you more, but you know you have to click there. You need to click on the likes. You do have to subscribe. We are right now 120 subscribers of the milestone of 4,000. Finally, tell me what you think about the performance of the Montreal Canadiens. If you are like me, a big fan, you enjoy those moments that right now because it was a difficult year so far. But Martin said we turned the switch and now we enjoy watching the Montreal Canadiens. Let's dive in right away and talking about what happening during the game. Like you know already, the Montreal Canadiens win yesterday by a score of 4-0 against the Buffalo Sabres. The next thing I want to talk about, of course, is always been the score sheet. Give you a little bit what happening. The Montreal Canadiens have a great first period, to be honest with you. They make the defense of the Sabres make a lot of turnover and make a lot of mistake. And Montreal took advantage of this because they was really attacking, forechecking a lot the Sabres. But unfortunately, at 1:11 at the beginning of the game, Biron controlled the puck on the entrance zone, a little bit on the right side of his body. He tried to pass the puck beside him. It was very close for the board. He got hit by the defenseman Samuel. And he had a very bad foul on the ice. He had to leave the game. He never return on the ice, and that's make now at that moment 11 forward for the Montreal Canadiens. So right away at the beginning of the game, Martin said we have to rebuild his line for the rest of the game. But it's happening at 6:52. The another goal. Nick Suzuki stopped. Carrying the puck in the offensive zone, have a great play with Josh Anderson. The puck after that, after he shot on Anderson, Josh Anderson on Greg Anderson, the puck going to the left corner. Puck retrieved by Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield see Nick Suzuki about 10 feet in front of Greg Anderson, send him a pass, and Suzuki quick release, wrist shot, top shell, and gave the Montreal Canadiens the first goal of the game. It was his 10th of the season, and Caulfield got an assist for the Montreal Canadiens. And at 6:52, Montreal took advantage of the turnover from the Buffalo Sabres to lead by one. The rest of the period, not many, only one power play. It was the Montreal Canadiens. Nothing really happening, only one shot. They had no structure of the moving the puck a lot. They did not shoot a lot on Anderson, and that's pretty much happening during the first one. Now, I want to mention also Laurent Dauphin have an amazing chance to score on the back door. A great pass of Gallagher, I believe, and Anderson have a big save with the left pad, and he keep his team on the end the game with only one goal after the 20 minutes. So the shot was 4 only by the Buffalo Sabres and 11 for the Montreal Canadiens. I'll be honest with you. It was one of the great first period for the Montreal. They never gave anything. Like I'm telling you, no opportunities overall for the Buffalo Sabres. So that would help Montembeault have an easier first period. So in the second period, not much at the beginning. A little bit, both teams exchange one opportunity. That's pretty much what happening. But at 5:57, they had Suzuki is going on breakaway. He got hooked from behind, and the ref called a penalty shot. And we saw number 14 on penalty shot carry on the puck from the red line to the blue line, going to the left side of Anderson, almost at the top circle, coming back in the middle, and boom, right over the left shoulder of Anderson, scored his second goal of the game. It was the second goal during the year. This season for the Montreal on penalty shot. We know Laurent Dauphin, again, Arizona, got one also. It was his 11th goal of the season for Nick Suzuki. And at 5:57, the Montreal take the lead 2-0 over the Buffalo. The momentum shift a little bit. Buffalo have a power play on that period. We have a fight between Gallagher and Fitzpatrick. Not much on that one. But Buffalo have nothing happening during the power play. But I think the momentum after the power play shift a little bit. And the Montreal struggle a little bit. I'll be honest with you. They play about 8 minutes during the second period. Buffalo was dominate most of the time. A little bit mistake around the defenseman. But Buffalo did not take advantage of that during that period because Montembeault was solid. One thing I would like to Montembeault yesterday, he was really, really controlling his rebound. At effect, he was every time he got a shot, he was always stop the puck with no rebound. So great performance, Montembeault. The shot was 14 for the Buffalo Sabres during the second, and it was only 6 for the Montreal. It was 17-17 after 40 minutes. The score was 2-0 Montreal. One power play for both teams. During the third period, right away at the beginning of the third period, it's happened again. A great pass on Nick Suzuki on the back door on the Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield scored right away. 7 goals of the season. It's 6 goals since Martin Saint-Louis is with the Montreal Canadiens. It's 10 points since with Martin Saint-Louis. And at 1:18, Montreal took advantage of this turnover and make a lead by 3. And I feel like they cut the legs of the Buffalo Sabres. We know they consist to attacking, but not a lot. Opportunity was not there. Maybe they have a great opportunity. One rebound from Montembeault come on the plate of Skinner. Skinner missed the net. The puck barely go around. But that's pretty much what happening, honestly, during that third period until Jake Evans scored the empty net from the red line at 19-27, and it was his 7th goal of the season. Chariot Pitlick have an assist, and that's what end of the game at that moment. A score of 4-0 during the third period. 14 shots in Buffalo, 12 for the Montreal Canadiens, and that gave overall 32 shots for the Buffalo and 29. Nothing much during the third period, to be honest. The next thing I want to talk about is the 3-star of the game. Cole Caulfield with 2.1 goal, 1 assist, continue is amazing right now. Like 6 goals in the last 7 games. Sam Montembeault, first shootout in NHL, stopped the 32 shot he faced. And finally, Nick Suzuki, 3.2 goal, 1 assist, and he has also one goal and a penalty shot. You know what I'm talking about. We need to know what's going on during the game. This is the time for the by number. 4-0, 32-29 the shot for Buffalo. 44 only face-off winning by Buffalo. Montreal 56. Power play, both teams did not 0 goal on power play. The hit very low, 14-13. The block shot, 17 Montreal. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. 7 Buffalo. Minutes penalty, 11 Montreal, 9. But look the last stat. Unbelievable. It's rare you get 30 turnover, and both teams did it. 34 Montreal at 31. I don't know the guy did the stat last time, Montreal, but it's rare in NHL you get that one. Anyhow, the leader from Buffalo, 0. Nobody have a point yesterday. We have the Rasmus Dahlin shot 5 times on Montembeault. Dallin play also 26 minutes and 34 seconds. Finally, Anderson have a save percentage of 8.94. He stopped 25 shot on the 28 he did yesterday. Suzuki have 3 points for the Montreal Canadiens. Also, Caulfield shot 5 times on Anderson. Ben Sherrod played the most of the time. The next one I want to talk about, of course, is the Frenchy corner. That's what I like to do for you guys. Montreal won 4-0. That's gave them a streak of 4W. Monty, first shutout in NHL. And he said after the game, he was like impressed. He was happy to do it. And Montreal Canadiens at the Bell Center, we have half of the people can sit in the building. And then he said, look, it was the third period was not fast enough. He said, the clock management, the scoreboard was not good enough. He need to go faster because he was like, I want to the second drop more faster. But he was joking about this. But look, Simon Montreal, Montembeault does an amazing great job. Since he's with the Montreal Canadiens, was a claim at the beginning of the season from the Florida Panthers. Suzuki 3 points yesterday. Like I mentioned to you, you have a penalty shot. He did it. Great performance. Nick Ski yesterday. One, it's not Ski, it's Caulfield. One, it's not Caulfield, it's Anderson. I forgot to mention to you, and that's I'm going to talk about this. Biron and Anderson left the game. And during the first period, like I mentioned earlier, 1-11, Biron left the game. And then during the middle of the second period, Anderson got a shot from Middlestead on the side of the face, hit the visor. That's good for Anderson. Both of them left the game, went to the hospital. After the game, they was back in the locker room. We did not hear nothing much. The only thing we heard from Nick Ski looked like Anderson. It's not too much big, so that's a great news. Paul Biron, I believe for me, it's more about concussion, so it will be interesting. Paul Biron was very frustrated again to be injured. We know he missed a couple of months because of hip surgery. I'll be honest with you, best game, Montreal Canadiens and the defensive zone coverage. They're winning a lot of puck. They was our first one to retrieve the puck. They move the puck quicker, faster. Every time something have a rebound, they jump on the puck right away. They clean up in front of the net for Montembeault to have a chance to see the puck, track the puck better. And we have to give credit for the 6 defensemen. Last night, they did a good job for Montembeault. Of course, Montembeault was solid also. St. Louis, after the game, what he said, there are some winners here. He said, look, when you watch the game on the TV, you don't know who they are. You don't know the personality. You don't know really what kind of people they are. But he said, look, they are winners. They love to win, and you can feel it. Look, they blocked the shot. He said, we're winning 4-0. We have a guy at 1 minute blocked the shot for be sure Montembeault have his shootout. And that's what he said. They said they sacrifice, and that's the culture changing slowly. He said, we did well on the time management. He said, this was great, and also on the puck management. And this was good to hear from Martin Saint-Louis. He can see, he said, we see slowly they learn to understand what you need to do. And right now, they're doing a really great job. He said, they were asking him about what you think about Anderson, Suzuki, and Caulfield. So what did you do for them to become, for them who they become today? And he said, nothing. You let them play. They create their own opportunities. They are really creative with the puck and where to go with. It says them have nothing to do. Just let them play, and with no pressure. Let them have a good time. They have a fun, and that's happening now with that line over there. So great resume. He said also we played a solid third period last night. He said we got a little bit more busy, gave 14 shots, but the way we respond on the puck retrieval and also on the rebound, he said this was maybe the best period since I'm behind the bench. He said, of course, the first period we did solid because we took the lead, first of all. Secondly, we didn't give any chance for them with only 4 shots. So great resume for Martin Saint-Louis. The first third period, just talking about this, honestly, I didn't see on the board here what Montreal and what Martin Saint-Louis, and I agree with him about how the Montreal managed both periods, honestly. The fun is back. From the locker room, on the ice, behind the bench, I see Martin Saint-Louis guys talk a lot for the players, but also talk with his assistant. He's talked a lot with Litowski behind the bench and Richardson. So he understands he needs to learn a lot. But right now, the fun is back in the Montreal Canadiens players, but also for the fans. You guys, you enjoy to watch this game. It's fun to watching them. It's not only all about winning, but the smiling is back, the way they play, and we know the team is better. What they show since the beginning of the season, the many injuries make this hard for the Montreal to perform before that. Finally, Granato, after the game at the press conference, and many of them, the players said, we played sloppy yesterday. He said we have no chemistry between the forward and the defenseman. Forward didn't help a lot of defensemen turnover. He said this was a bad game overall for us. We know we can play better. Cousin also talked after the games on the press conference. He said, look, he said we did not play good, the forward. I'm first one, did not play well. We know we should be more prepared. We know Montreal right now is on the straight, and we know they will be ready for against us, and we did not do well also. So he said, look, Canada at the end, he said, look, we need to be ready for the next game. It's 4 games we lost here, and Montreal took advantage of, for me, I'll be honest with you, of the lack of the talent or the skill from the defensemen for the Montreal Canadiens. They lost also the during the second period, so they played the last half of the second of the game with only 5 defensemen. When you have a lot of rookies like Samuelson, Brisson over there, that's not helping them for sure. So Montreal took advantage for check a lot the defensemen where they have really difficult time to organize their breakout and attacking the Montreal Canadiens for sure. The next thing I want to talk about, of course, is the next game. Montreal now play in Ottawa only Saturday night. They are off Thursday, and they're going to be back on the ice Friday before they travel to Ottawa. The game starts at 7 o'clock. And, of course, we're going to do the live stream play-by-play for you guys. Yes, they did it. Yes, they do it again. Yes, that's number 4 straight for the Montreal Canadiens. They are not magic over there or the effect. When you work hard, when you play as a team together, and when you have a good time, you have fun on the ice, you're smiling, and that's make a team winning. And that's happening for the Montreal Canadiens. So before we leave, we want to remind you, of course, don't forget to subscribe, click on the likes. Tell me what you think about the performance of Montreal Canadiens. And I look forward for the next time for another video with the hockey coach, Guru, Coach FRENCHY for the Hockey Nation Live Show. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great day, everybody.